Hey beautiful people, welcome back to a new video on our channel Read Travel Become. In this video, I'm going to share some very unique psychology books that you must read. Generally, whenever you hear the term psychology books, you search it on the internet, you get these generic, thinking fast and slow kind of, heavy, dense psychology books, which you think will improve your thinking, but you just, forget about them after some time. But in this video, I'm going to share some very unique psychology books. After you read all of these books, you will look at the world very differently. I have made sure to include books which will tell you something new. They will tell you to think about a very new topic in a very different way. These are going to be amazing recommendations which I have not recommended previously on this channel before. So make sure you watch the video till the end. You may never know which thought or fact may resonate with you and change the course of your life. So let's get started. The first book on this list is a 5-star recommendation from my side. The book is called Ofilia and it's written by Oliver Sacks. This book is a very different take on something which we all love doing, listening to music. We all have a very unique relationship with music, right? Whenever we hear music, it unlocks a core memory in our brains. It just makes you feel very different, right? This book talks about music in a very different way. Oliver Sacks is basically studying the brain. He's a scientist, he's a neurologist who studies patients, who studies brain activities of different kinds of patients who have brain diseases like Parkinson's, memory problems, all of these things. This book is basically a collection of all of the clinical cases that he had with his patients of how music has greatly affected these patients. There are patients who have started hearing music out of nowhere, and this music is very, very life altering for them. They've started playing the piano even when they had no affinity towards any kind of music. There are cases when some people actually started associating music with some colors. For example, a patient, whenever he or she hears that particular note, that particular sound of music, they are seeing a particular color. There are fascinating examples of how music has played a very important role in many of people's lives. It will actually make you think a lot about your own personal experiences with music. That's the best part about this book. You will start to realize how music has played such an important role in your mindset, in your psychology. Rock and roll music, it gets you pumped up. Listening to sad songs gets you sad. Like, he has talked about how music basically has a power to instantaneously change your mood, to change your thinking. How does that happen from a brain's perspective? He has shared all of that in the book. He has also talked about music therapy, where some patients are actually made to listen a certain kind of music to improve their brain waves, how it helps their synapses. It's just a very vast topic, but the way he has talked about these things is beautiful. It's all in a story format, and not only science likers, everybody can relate to all of these things because everybody loves listening to music. He has also talked about music hallucinations, where certain people hearing different kinds of music in different situations. How does music play a part in near death-like experiences? All of these fascinating cases. All of his patients have varied experiences with music. He has also talked about how there are some patients who have stopped developing new memories after a certain time period, and he has basically used music to remind him, the patient, of his childhood, of his youth, because the music that he heard when he was a child, when he was youth, helped him create new memories. It's a fascinating tale. Again, I can't stop recommending this book enough because it just opened my brain in so many ways, and it's one of the best ways to look at things from a different perspective. Very, very good book. It's a little long, but you will definitely have a great time reading this book. Next on the list is again a very unique psychology book. The first book was about music. The second book which I'm recommending is about paintings. It's about art. The book is called Ways of Seeing. It's again a very, very popular book. I had known about this book from one of Sushant Singh Rajput's tweets back then. So the writer in this book talks about how looking at a thing, looking at a picture is closely associated with what experiences we've had as a person. So there is a big gap in what the picture actually is and what we actually perceive out of that picture. So he has talked about the history of art, of how pictures have been helpful to communicate the history. Like when you look at a Mona Lisa, when you look at a Da Vinci painting, from that painting, if you are in a certain mindset, you can actually know about that particular time period. He's talked about paintings, then he has talked about cameras. After the invention of cameras, how this memory, how this information exchange was passed around using pictures. And sometimes some emotions, some thoughts, some feelings cannot be put into words. How seeing these things helps to form histories is the crux of this book. It's a very different book. It will make you think about little things in a very different way. Whenever you look at a painting, you would think very differently after reading this book. This book is actually also adapted from a TV series which was aired in the 1970s. It was like a BBC documentary. I'll put the link in the description description. You can also check out that documentary. And there's another website which I found out, which is basically a condensed form of the book. Chapter-wise essays are given, which are related to the book. Again, a beautiful psychology book, makes you think about different things, makes you think about art in a very different way. Many people ask me, how do I actually find out new books? So I'm recently using this product called Short Form, which basically gives you the best ideas out of a book. It's not exactly a book summary, but it's exactly the best insights out of a book on steroids. I find if I actually should pick up this book through Short Form. You can start using this product Short Form using the link in the description below. If you use this particular link, you'll get a free trial and an additional 20% off on the subscription. Next on the list is again a book which I found out through YouTube. One of my favorite YouTubers, Daksh Jindal, had recommended this on his channel, and on his recommendation I picked up this book. The book is called Master of Change. The core tenet of the book is that every human is always playing a role of multiple people. There are multiple identities associated with a person. For example, you can be a son, you can be a father, you can be a student, you can be a worker, you can be an artist. So at any point of time, yes, the nature around you, the environment around you is always changing, but so are you and your responsibilities and your identities. So how you can manage all of these things forms the crux of the book. So basically the author says that even if in one part of your life you're not doing well, you need to understand that there are multiple identities to you. Let's say, for example, I am a product manager at a company. My identity is not my job as a product manager. I don't identify myself as a product manager. I am much more than a product manager. I am an artist, I am a YouTuber, I am a million other things. I'm an artist, I'm a YouTuber, I'm 10 different other things, right? So one part of life does not define all of your other identities. When you read this book, you will try to know, you'll try to understand how to navigate these changes, because at any point of time your identities always keep changing, which is a very different take on things, because I've always read, at least we have always read, that you should change yourself with the changing environment. But how do you actually change yourself? Knowing what identities are you playing in is a very important thing to think about. And amongst all of these thoughts, the writer always talks about some core values that you have. So forget these identities which are constantly changing. Every person has a core set of values, their personality, the core value. How this core value shapes up these identities is also something which is very interesting, which is talked about in this book. A great book, very different book, will definitely be a great psychology book recommendation. Next on the list is again a book which will make you think about these little, not little exactly, big or little experiences in your life, which the author calls as awe. You might have heard about this term awestruck, right? When you experience something where you feel this is something outwardly, you can't put words to it. There's a fine boundary between the reality and the vastness of this emotion that you are experiencing. So let's say you are watching a football match, right? You're watching India winning the cricket match. There's a certain euphoria inside you, which is much greater than happiness and enjoyment. It's a sense of wonder. The author has talked about this sense of wonder basically. So he talks about how nature can give you that sense of wonder, how events, collective events can give you the sense of wonder, how knowing about a certain moral duty, a moral beauty in life can give you the sense of wonder. For example, a mother fighting for a child, for example, a soldier helping a fellow soldier. All of these moral beauties can help you get wonder. There are many other things basically which are talked about in this book, and the author has put forward an argument that no amount of money, material success like cars, clothes, houses can match this sense of wonder. So which is a very interesting take on things. It definitely gives you perspective. It definitely helps you to understand the power of wonder. You look at the Himalayas, you look at the Rocky Mountains, you feel a different kind of euphoria, right? The book talks about all of these emotions. Great recommendation. And the last book on this list is a book which I keep revisiting, especially when I am actually in dire need of the book. The book is Atlas of the Heart, which I have recommended before, by Brené Brown. It basically talks about all the emotions that you can possibly have. Jealousy, fear, anger, sadness. And in each and every emotion, she has basically broken down all of these emotions into different kinds of things. Like what exactly is jealousy? What exactly is a feeling of inferiority? She has just basically given you an atlas of all the emotions, the Atlas of the Heart. It's a beautiful book because the next time you are faced with a difficult situation, be it any emotion, just go to this book and find out about this chapter, about this emotion, and read what she has written. It will just make your emotions go away, because she will write such things which will make you actually pinpoint why you are experiencing that kind of emotion, why you are thinking the way you are thinking, right? She always tells you to ask a question before feeling an emotion, before thinking about something, that why am I thinking like this, right? There's a self introspection here. So in order to understand all of these cycles, you need to definitely read this book if you have not read it. Have it with you all the time. I'll recommend to have it as a soft copy because it's a huge book. You cannot carry it everywhere. If you have it on your phone or your iPad or your Kindle, you can always scour through whenever you're faced with a difficult situation. So yeah, that was the list, guys. I hope you like these psychology book recommendations. These are very unique books. I can guarantee you that each and every book will unlock a new part of thinking in your brain. So yeah, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching the video till here. If you found any value in this video, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Lots of interesting content is lined up. Thank you so much again. That's all for this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.